Now, for the last time in our headquarters, this is RBC News 24.
Good evening, you're watching RBC News 24 and tonight these are the stories. Is Bloxburg dying? Reports have said that on August 3rd it was the worst performing day in the history of the game with only 18,000 players at its lowest point. Is there still hope for the game? And more on dying games. Jailbreak appears to be hitting a new low. You will see a comparison video of the game from 2020 and another one that was recorded yesterday. The lack of players shows very well in those clips. This new broadcast you're currently watching is the last ever broadcast to be aired from our current headquarters, as they will be retired as soon as this broadcast goes off air. And in the newscast we will learn about a brand new show that is starting on RBC alongside the new headquarters. It is an old show that is being relaunched due to many suggestions to do so. But tonight we start with this. Bloxburg has hit an all-time low. Last week on August 3rd there were only 18,000 active players at its lowest point. Bloxburg Twitter users have gone back to 2016 to see numbers like these. Even though there has been leaks for an update for the game, it doesn't look like it can be the lifeboat the game needs. Keb has this story. But before we switch to him, it's a good point to make out that this story was made before the update had dropped.
Once Bloxburg was a game, everyone would talk about playing if they had purchased the game. And even if they didn't pay the 25 Robux to play it, they wished to play it someday. Now that it is free, the people who bought the game are disappointed and even more angry at the updates before Coffee Stain took over leadership of Bloxburg, leaving Coeptus to do little to none of the work on Bloxburg and its updates. And the people who are now able to access the game dislike it too and wish that it was free before all these new updates that the community and majority of Bloxburg dislike, like fainting and towing, that we have previously covered on RBC. With all these new changes and updates to the game that the community dislikes, it was destined that the player count would eventually drop, even with all the new players coming in. Even Bloxburg content creators such as Ashley the Unicorn have been saying the recent updates have been trash, and not just content creators, but users have been outraged and even formed protest groups with other players of the game, or also went to Twitter to share their thoughts. But there have been leaks about a new update that is supposed to introduce more projectors and screens, possibly leading to a new cinema building on the Bloxburg map, or the ability for players to make their own cinema on their plots with the new stage truss, stage light, cameras, projectors, screens, and more. That might be able to revive the game and get it back on track with good updates.
But then to a short one, Bloxburg isn't the only game that's dying on Roblox. It looks like Jailbreak might be dying as well. The game, which once never left the top spot on the website, now has to fight to stay on the front page. Sam has this story.
Thank you, Studio 24. That is right, folks. Some of the main talks surrounding Roblox in the past few weeks have been about Jailbreak, and if Jailbreak has lost its streak and is slowly retreating into its grave. After doing some research, the News 24 team found that in the last 4 years, Jailbreak has decreased in popularity exponentially from 2020 to 2024, peaking at around 75,000 players a day to now just over 25,000 players on average. With all that being said, myself and the News 24 team decided to drive around the Jailbreak city, just to show that even without statistics, you can see how much activity has dropped in the past months.
Now, you have probably heard this broadcast is the last ever broadcast we will send out from this place. Our studios, offices and the newsroom, which you'll see behind me, will all move to a brand new place on Sunday. We sat down with Johnny to talk about the place over the years. Our executive team has this story.
11th of September 2021. That was the day that RBC moved from our 3rd generation headquarters to our 4th generation headquarters, or our current ones. The channel was in the best form it had ever been since its launch in 2018.
I remember the move like it happened yesterday. I had spent the whole summer making this place. When it launched, it was just the main building with Studio 1A, 1B, 2B, and 1C. The reason it took so long was honestly the tiles in the lobby. I almost gave up on the project because of them.
Asked about the day of the move itself, he answered this.
I remember thinking it was a really bad idea to create a whole new game for the new headquarters because it would reset our visit count. We had almost 3,000 visits at our old location, which had been the same since I started the company. That place had been through 3 different headquarters and the COVID-19 pandemic, so it felt strange to leave it behind. However, since the move, our new headquarters has accumulated nearly 43,000 visits, and all of our staff have joined us here. This transition feels even stranger than the last one.
Yes, it will indeed be strange to leave this place behind. It has been the home to many of our most watched shows. For example, The Star, The Actors, Boxing Brawlers, Linda, RBC Song Contest, The Chat, and of course RBC News 24. Since RBC News 24 was launched, it has only gotten one change. In October 2023, the newsroom and the studio were both updated to be both more modern and more original to RBC. The main goal with the change was to keep it as similar to RBC News 24 as possible. On Sunday, that is not the goal. Our goal with the new headquarters is now to bring you important news as clearly and well as possible and do it in a better look. Join us on Sunday for the new news at 6.
It will be sad to see these headquarters go, but now we're going to tell you what will come to replace them. In just 2 days, on Sunday, we will start broadcasting regular broadcasts from our new state-of-the-art headquarters. With these new headquarters, we will have many more options than we had ever in this place. As these options are now open for us, we have decided to revive one of RBC's oldest shows. Johnny Mester has the story on the new headquarters and the new show.
In just 2 days, this will all be retired. It will all be history. Over the past year, RBC has worked on moving the company to a new place. Around 3 versions of the new headquarters were made before the final version, the one releasing on Sunday, was made. Everything in the new place has been thoroughly thought out to work the best for RBC. But with the new headquarters come more options for different shows than we have previously had. Over the years, we have gotten many suggestions to bring back our morning show, Good Morning Roblox. You guys have suggested it in-game, on Discord, and on YouTube. It is my pleasure to announce to you guys that the show is returning. It was not an easy task to revive it. The show has had 2 studios, 3 different graphics, 2 different intros, and 3 names over the past year. In fact, the name of Good Morning Roblox was changed back to that just last week. It was supposed to air as It's Morning on RBC, but now, with only 2 days to go until it airs, we went to the studio to see how the preparations are going.
My name is Parker, and I am the new head of RBC Mornings. I will anchor the morning show with my co-anchor Austin. We're very excited to get the show on the road and going. I actually agreed to host it back in December, so I've had a lot of time to prepare for this. We've been looking at some different types of formats that we want to bring to you, and we hope you're excited for it. Most of you know I'm not new to the industry. I've worked on shows like Parker Jackson Live, so I'm very prepared for the show, and we're excited to have all of y'all tune in very soon.
My name is Austin, and I'm an actor on Roblox. This is my first time anchoring something, but I am used to reading all scripts, so this shouldn't be too difficult. You just need to watch on Sunday to see how I do.
You do indeed need to watch on Sunday to see how it all goes. Hopefully you will be as excited for this as we at RBC are. We cannot wait to showcase this to you all after months of work. Tune in on Sunday at 9 a.m. GMT time.
There are certainly exciting times ahead, but these were the news for today, and this marks the very last broadcast from our headquarters. Like I said, on Sunday we will start broadcasting from our shiny new studios in our new RBC Broadcasting Centre. We cannot wait to reveal them to you, so please join us on Sunday for the first broadcast. But for the last time, in this design, in this place, goodbye.
This is RBC Television.